Power Five. I didn't realize how much I knew I would be. Let's go over the Power Five, folks. Number five. Number five. Indianapolis. Indianapolis. I've said this before. I know they've had a light schedule, but you have to play the schedule that's given to you. And I've said this in the offseason. Daniel Jones might have a chance when you've got that offensive line. They've got a good offensive line. According to Pro Football Focus, they got the number one offensive line coming into this week in the NFL. Better than Philadelphia. Best offensive line. Best point differential. Really beating up on the bad teams. Really showing up. Daniel Jones. Man, this guy may win Comeback Player of the Year. 71% completion percentage. 8 touchdowns. 3 interceptions, 76 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. The defensive line is number 12, according to Pro Football Focus. Got them at number 5. Hey, they're 5-1. They're leading the division. They're a handful of plays away from beating the Rams in L.A., which one of the better teams in the league. Number 5, Indianapolis. Number 4, listen, it was not all bad about, hey, Buffalo this, Buffalo that. Atlanta, once they get the running game going, I said the other day or earlier in this program, Bijan Robinson, best running back in the NFL, pound for pound, in my opinion. We saw the amount of yards he had last week, 170 yards. We saw the 10-catch game out of Drake London. By the way, the Atlanta Falcons, number one defensive yardage per game average in the NFL, 14 points allowed to one of the high-power Buffalo Bills. Atlanta in the playoffs, if the playoffs started today, playing really good football right now. A team I wouldn't want to mess with. They finally fixed their pass rush here. Got to Allen a couple of times the other night. They're number 4 in my Power 5. Seattle, number 3. Listen, I've been down on Seattle. Did not think they was going to beat Jacksonville. I thought Jacksonville would win that game. Did not think they would beat Pittsburgh. Went on the road, won that game. Thought, and I know they've had some injuries, thought they would beat Tampa. Man, they're just a fluke play away, 2 fluke plays away from beating Tampa. Quite frankly, they could have beat Frisco earlier in the season. They should be 6-0. That's how tight their games have been. And Sam Darnold, man, that's another guy. I thought him going to a defensive-minded head coach there in that culture up in Seattle, I didn't think he was going to be as good as he was under O'Connell down in Minnesota. I was wrong. 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions there, really developing that chemistry with, and that, mind you, they lost DK Metcalf. They lost Tyler Lockett, okay? Jackson Smith and Jigma setting it on fire. Another huge game out of JSN last week. So got them at number 3 for Seattle. Listen, Detroit, number 2. Man, Robert, what are you talking about? They lost last week. I predicted they will lose last week. They just had a flood of injuries. They're going to get these players back. Even Arnold, the cornerback I was trying to think of earlier, including Taylor Decker. I understand that. But listen, you're still talking about one of the best offenses in the NFL from a consistency standpoint here. Either 1 or 2 in yards and points per game. I expect them to bounce back and do big things. I do think that this team will play well as the season goes along. I still believe in Detroit, even though they're not first in their division. Okay? Tampa. Listen, Tampa's doing it with injuries. Still winning. They're going to get Mike Evans back. Mike Evans had a hamstring problem every year. Every year. But as the season goes along, he gets better and better and better. They're going to get Mike Evans back. They're going to get Godwin back. Mekabuka's almost dead bang lock rookie of the year right now. He got hurt in that game against San Francisco, another team that's played really well despite injuries, and they still won. Baker Mayfield playing just a straight up MVP. A lot of these games have been without his left tackle. He's got Wirfs back. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. And of course, Bucky Urban was out again last week. They're still winning. They're beating playoff-like teams. Beat Seattle, okay? They beat Atlanta, although it was a little bit of fluke. Atlanta's also in my top 5, all right? They beat San Francisco, a team that would be in the playoffs. That's 3 teams right there. They got to play Detroit this week. I don't know how many play. I know they're not going to have Broad Branch back, but let's see how that works out. Tampa beat Houston on the road. Big road games. A lot of injuries. A lot of those players coming back. Right now, I've got them as the number 1 team in the NFL. You say, so you've got Tampa, Detroit. Let me see here. Atlanta and Indianapolis as my top.